Hello student, so let's start the surface anatomy of the stomach. So as you know, stomach that should be located into the umbilical region, epigastric region and the left hypochondric region. So in the surface anatomy, you should draw the surface or the surface marking of the stomach on the surface of the abdomen. Okay, so let's see that is the points related with that the stomach. So let's start the surface anatomy of the stomach. So for the drawing of the surface anatomy, firstly you should draw that is the median plane. So here you can see the median plane which is drawn from that is the jugular notch to the center of the sternum and then goes downwards. Then the second line, that is the transpyloric plane. So the transpyloric plane, you know, it should be passing out at the tip of ninth rib. So here that is the transpyloric plane. After then you should draw that is the subcostal plane. So the subcostal plane, it should be drawn at the tip of 10th rib. After then on lateral side, here you can see these are the ribs, that is the 4th, 5th, 6th and the 7th, that is from 1st to 7th rib, that is attached directly to that the sternum with the costal cartilage. Then 8, 9 and the 10th, these rib are attached to the corresponding upper rib, and 11, 12 rib, they are floating rib. So here in this diagram you can see that is the space which is present between the 4th and the 5th rib. It is called the 4th intercostal space, where that is the location of the nipple are present. So here you can see that is the left nipple. Then between the 5th and 6th rib, that is the 5th intercostal space, and 6th and the 7th rib, that is the 6th intercostal space, and then corresponding intercostal space. So to draw the surface anatomy of the stomach, firstly you should draw that is the cardiac end and the pyloric end of the stomach. So to draw that is the cardiac end of the stomach, you should draw that is the 2.5 centimeter away from that is the median plane on the 7th costal cartilage. So that is the first point. So here that is the 7th rib and here that is the 7th costal cartilage. So from that is the median plane, you can take the 2.5 centimeter on the 7th costal cartilage. So here you can draw this point. After then draw that is the two parallel lines which is apart from the 2 centimeter from each other. So here you can see first parallel line and there that is the second line. Okay, so that is the cardiac end of the stomach. Then to draw that is the pyloric end. So to draw the pyloric end, it should be drawn that is the median margin and right to that the median margin, that is the 2.5 centimeter just right lateral side and 1.2 centimeter above and the right side of the median plane to that the transpyloric line. So here you can see that is the transpyloric line and this is the median plane. So from the transpyloric line above and the right lateral side, you can take the 1.2 centimeter. So here, and that is the 2 centimeter from that the median plane. So this point. And after then you should draw that is the two parallel line 2 centimeter apart from each other. So this one. So that is the pyloric end. Okay? Then to draw the lesser curvature of the stomach. So to draw the lesser curvature of the stomach, draw that is the concave line attached to the median line of that is the both two end. So this is the median line of the cardiac end and this is the median line of that is the pyloric end. So you should draw that is the concave line which draw that is the two end. So this is the lesser curvature. Then to draw the fundus of the stomach and the greater curvature of the stomach, you should take a point into the 5th costal intercostal space just below to that the left nipple. So here you can see that is the left nipple which is present into the fourth intercostal space, and then just below to that the left nipple take a point into the fifth intercostal space which is present between the fifth and the sixth rib. So here this is the point. Okay, then join that is the lateral margin of the cardiac end, and that is the next point. So that is the fundus of the stomach. Then to draw that is the greater curvature of the stomach, continue that this line as a convex line which should be intersect. So here in this way you can draw that is the convex line which should be intersect the subcostal plane. So here you can see that is the line, it is called the subcostal plane, and then it is attached to the lateral margin of the pyloric end. So in this way. So this is the greater curvature. So this one. So here this is the cardiac end, that is the fundus of stomach. This is the greater curvature, that is the pyloric end, and that is the lesser curvature of the stomach. So in this way, that is the surface anatomy of the stomach, it should be drawn. So the after completion of the stomach, let's see that is the surface anatomy of the duodenum. So to draw the duodenum, that is, you know, duodenum, it is the continuation of the pyloric end of the stomach, and it is C-shaped structure and the first part of the small intestine. So to draw the duodenum, firstly you should draw that is the median plane, which is drawn from the jugular notch passing from the middle part of the sternum and goes downwards. Then draw the transpyloric plane which is passing out at the tip of ninth rib. So here transpyloric plane or the line. Then draw the subcostal plane here. So it should be passing out at the tip of 10th rib, and then the location or the position of the umbilicus. So to draw that is the duodenum, you know duodenum have the four part, the first part, second part, third part, and the fourth part. So to draw the first part, you should consider that is the pyloric end of the stomach. So as you know, pyloric end of the stomach, it should be drawn 1.2 centimeter above to that the transpyloric plane, and right side 2 centimeter right side to that the median plane. So this point. So that is the pyloric end, and from the pyloric end that should be taken the 2.5 centimeter above and the right side. So here it is considered as the pyloric end, and from this region, that is here, you can take the point 2.5 centimeter above to that the pyloric end. So here you can consider and draw that is the two parallel line 2.5 centimeter apart from each other. So that is the first part of the duodenum. Then to draw the second part of the duodenum, it should be drawn on the vertical plane on the right side of the median plane. So that is the vertical line you should draw, and that is present just right to that the median plane, and the length of that the vertical line, that is near about 7.5 centimeter from the first point. So that is the first point, and from this region the 7.5 centimeter. So near about here, same line, that is the second point. Then draw the two parallel lines which are apart from each other 2.5 centimeter. So here it should be done on the inferior side in this way, and it should be form the 7.5 centimeter in length, and the distance between that is the two line, that is near about 2.5 centimeter. After then, the third part of the duodenum. So the third part of the duodenum, it should be present on, that is the subcostal plane, and above to that the umbilicus, and length of that is this line which is present transversely, and it is continuous just left to that the median plane, and the length of this line that is near about 10 centimeter. So consider as this 5 centimeter and consider as this is the 5 centimeter. So total 10 centimeter. And then draw that is the two parallel lines which are apart 2.5 centimeter from each other. So in this way, which is present on the subcostal plane. So in this way. So that is the third part, which is the length is 10 centimeter. So this is the 10 centimeter, this is the 7.5 centimeter, and this is the 2.5 centimeter. Then draw that is the fourth and the last point of the duodenum, which is joins to the duodenojejunal junction. Okay, so draw the 2.5 centimeter length above to that the subcostal plane and 1 centimeter below to that the transpyloric plane. So from this region you can take the 2.5 centimeter above to the subcostal plane and 1 centimeter below to that the transpyloric plane. So consider here that the point which is 1 centimeter below to the transpyloric plane and length that is the 2.5 centimeter above to that the subcostal plane. So draw again two parallel lines which are apart 2.5 centimeter from each other. So this one. So that is the fourth part of the duodenum which have the 2.5 centimeter in length. Okay, so that is the first part, this is the second part, this is the third part, and that is the fourth part of the duodenum. So that is the surface anatomy of the duodenum. So let's see the surface anatomy related with the pancreas. So to draw the pancreas, you know it should be located into that the C-shaped duodenum. So that is the location of the pancreas, that is near about same like that the duodenum. So the first point that should be taken first to draw that is the pancreas, firstly you draw that is the median plane, this one. Then you should draw that is the transpyloric plane which is passing out at the tip of 9th rib, and the second plane that is called the subcostal plane which is drawn at the tip of 10th rib, and that is the position of the nipple that is on the 4th intercostal space. So to draw that is the pancreas, first point that should be taken on the transpyloric plane on the right side. So first point that should be taken 1.2 centimeter away from that is the median plane on the transpyloric plane, 1.2 centimeter right side. So here, so that is the first point. Then the second point it should be taken that is the 2.5 centimeter above on the right side of the first point. So here you can see that is the 2.5 centimeter above, and right side to that the median plane just above to that the first point. So that is the second point. Okay. Then the third point, from that is the second point you have to take the 7.5 centimeter measurement and below to that the right side of the median plane and on that the subcostal plane. So here, so that is the third point which is present on the subcostal plane, and from the second point to that the third point the measurement that is near about 7.5 centimeter. Then take a fourth point on the left side, just intersection of the median plane and the subcostal plane. So here, that is on the left side. So that is the fourth point. Then the fifth point that should be taken 2.5 centimeter above to that the fourth point and just lateral to that the fourth point. So here you can see that is the 2.5 centimeter. Okay, then draw the line joining with these 5 points. So first point, then it join to that the second point, then the second point it joins, that is the third point here, then the third point that should be joins to that the fourth point, and then the fourth point it should be joined the fifth point. Okay, then from the first point and the fifth point draw the two parallel lines apart from the 3 centimeter from each other, and the length of that is the two parallel line that is near about the 10 centimeter. Okay, so from the first point you can draw that is the one parallel line in this way, and from the fifth point you can draw that is the one parallel line, this one, and between these two lines there may be the measurement is 3 centimeter, and length of these two lines that is near about 10 centimeter, and at the end these two lines they should be intersect with each other in this way. So that is from the first point you draw the straight line in this way, and from the fifth point you again draw that is the straight line, means that is the two parallel lines which are apart from here the measurement that is near about the 3 centimeter. So here in this region you can see that is the head of the pancreas, here that is this one the body of the pancreas, and that is the tail of the pancreas here, and this is the uncinate process. So that is the drawing or the surface anatomy of the pancreas. So let's see the surface anatomy of the cecum. So as you know, because of the presence of that is the two vertical line and the two transverse line, that is the abdominal part, it should be divided into that the 9 region. So two vertical lines that is called the mid clavicular line or the right and the left lateral plane, and the two transverse line that is first it is the transpyloric plane which is passing out at the tip of 9th rib, and the second line that is the transtubercular plane, so which is passing out from the tubercle present on that the iliac crest. So because of it should be forming that is the 9th region. So this is the right hypochondric region, that is the epigastric region, this is the left hypochondric region, this is the right lumbar region, that is the umbilical region, left lumbar region, this is right iliac fossa, that is the hypogastric region, and this is the left iliac fossa. So to draw that the cecum you should draw that is the right lateral plane or the mid clavicular line, and that is the transtubercular line or the plane. So it should be forming that the triangular part, it is called the right iliac fossa, and into that the right iliac fossa you should draw the surface anatomy of the cecum. Okay, so in the right iliac fossa you should draw the figure of cecum 6 centimeter long in the triangular area. So here you can draw that is the shape of the cecum 6 centimeter long in this way. So that is the cecum which is called the first part of that the large intestine. Then to draw that is the vermiform appendix which is attached to the posterior or that is the left lateral side of the cecum. So it should be drawn 2 centimeter below to the junction between the right lateral plane and the transtubercular plane. So that is the junction, and from the junction that is the 2 centimeter long in this way, that is the appendix you should draw. So this is the cecum and this is the appendix. So cecum, it should be drawn into the right iliac fossa. The length of the cecum, that is the 6 centimeter.